Hey everyone, it's Karina. Welcome to a new day and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for taking that time out of your day to watch my video. So it is a windy fall day outside, so time to hunker down and have movie night. So in today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to have a large or extra large pizza and a full-size 9-inch chocolate cream pie for you and your family on movie night on the cheap for $12 or under. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay everyone, so I'm going to start off with the ingredients for the chocolate cream pie first and break it down into cost, rounding it up or down close to as possible. Okay, so first thing you're going to need, what I have is a Pillsbury Pie Crust, and this is a 2-pack, and the initial cost was $3.49 I believe, so divide that into 2, it's $1.75 per crust. Okay, and then I'm going to use 2 of the 3.9 ounce packs of chocolate pudding mix, and I believe I got those for 49 cents, so you want to use 2 of them. And then I have a container, 8-ounce container of whipped topping. I believe I got this for $1.25. So, and I'm going to use the whole thing. And then I have a pie tin, and it's a 9-inch. And then I'm going to be using some crushed up Oreo cookies that I already had in the pantry. And I'm going to use that to sprinkle on top of the pie. Okay, so that's all the ingredients you're going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and first cook up the pie crust. Alright folks, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake my pie crust. So as I said, the pack of Pillsbury Pie Crust comes in 2, and this is basically what they look like inside. So I'm just going to open it up, and you want it to be at room temperature, so I did let it sit out for a little while. And you want to preheat your oven to 450, and those instructions are just right on the box. Okay, so you're just going to roll it out. And basically line your pie tin with it. You may have an actual glass pie bowl, so yeah, it's just basically lining it up. And some of the crust may hang over quite a bit, so you can just pinch it down. So yeah, I'm just pinching it down. And it doesn't have to look pretty. You're going to eat it anyway. This pie is so easy to make. I don't know why I didn't do this years ago. I've made it a couple times this summer already. But like I said in my past videos, since I stopped working, I'm doing so much more than in cooking and baking that I haven't done before. So yeah, that's the way I'm going to leave it. Okay, so and now I'm going to put it in the oven for 8 to 12 minutes on 450. Okay, and like I said, the instructions are right on the box of the pie crust. So I'm going to whip that in the oven and I'll be right back. Alright folks, so I am ready to make the chocolate pudding mix. So I baked the pie crust, and it's just that it's browned. I only had to bake it for 8 minutes, and then I also let it cool off. So it's actually cold now. You don't want to put your chocolate pudding in while it's still hot. So, alright, now I'm going to make the chocolate filling. And again, I have 2 of the 3.9 ounce boxes of chocolate pudding mix. I'm just going to put them in this bowl. And the reason I have a big bowl is just like right there. I tend to throw powder everywhere. So. And then I choke on the powder. Okay. All right. And then per box, it calls for 2 cups of milk. So I'm going to add a total of 4 cups of milk. I have to open up the other gallon here. 3 and 4. All right, so that's 4 cups of milk, and all I got to do is stir it now. So what are you all doing for Halloween? You got trick-or-treaters? I saw a couple of kids walking by outside with their parents. Not too many. For some reason in our neighborhood we never did get a lot of trick-or-treaters. We live right on the edge of between what we call the city and the town of. So on our street it's kind of like we're country out here, and so we don't get a whole lot of kids. I mean, it's a regular neighborhood, so I'm not sure why. We love where we live in this area because it is country-like, as you can see by the little bit of a backyard that I showed you. Most of the yards here are that size. We don't have any sidewalks and no street lights, so it's really nice. But yeah, we just never did get a lot of trick-or-treaters. The first year we moved here, we did have a decent amount of trick-or-treaters, but Halloween isn't like what it used to be when I was a kid, at least. When I was a kid, and that was in the 70s, on Halloween, when we went trick-or-treating, it was more like kids running all up and down the sidewalk, passing each other, racing to see who's going to get to the house first. You know, it's just nothing like what it used to be. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish mixing this up. I won't bore you with all those little details. Alright folks, so I've got my chocolate pudding mixed up, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour it inside the pie crust here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and just kind of let it sit for maybe a couple hours before I top it with the whipped cream. So I don't think you have to, because it basically already sets as pudding. And usually I have a little bit of pudding left over, which I'll just put in a bowl and eat as pudding. And I just spread it so it covers to the top. You can leave more room for whipped cream if you want to. So in a couple hours I'll drag this back out, and then I'll top it with whipped cream and sprinkle some Oreo crumb on it. And it will be delicious. Like I said, I have made a couple of these a couple times this summer, and you can use like any flavor. I've also done banana cream pie. Basically, same thing. Get the pudding mix for banana cream and do it the same way. You can use any flavor you want. So, all right. So that's what it looks like now. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the fridge for a couple hours, and I'm going to start on the pizza. All right, stay tuned. All right, folks, so here are the ingredients we're going to use for our pizza. Again, what I did was break down the cost, and I calculated making this pizza at home would be about $6 to $6.50. And the price for each individual item, I basically broke down as to how much I actually used from that item. Okay, so we have our Pillsbury pizza crust, and that was like $2.69. And then we have jalapenos. And I basically, as much as I put on the pizza, it's just for Glenn's side, so it's about a dime, cost of a dime. As well as, there's no label, but those are banana rings, yellow peppers. And the same thing, about a dime for that. And then I'm going to put some black olives. So on my husband Glenn's side, he's going to have, well, pepperoni's going to go over all of it, and then he's going to have jalapeno, yellow pepper, and black olives. And then I'm going to have pineapple and pepperoni on my side. That's my version of Hawaiian pizza. I don't usually put ham or Canadian bacon as a normal Hawaiian pizza would be, but I use pepperoni and pineapple. And these are chunks, so I'm going to cut them down a little bit. I probably should have got the tidbits, but that's okay. All right, and then pepperoni. That was $3.99 for the whole bag, and I'm not even going to use close to the whole bag, so I'll probably use $1's worth of pepperoni, if that. And then we have mozzarella cheese, shredded mozzarella, and I believe the bag it's like $1.50 if sometimes they're on sale. And then our pizza sauce. This particular pizza sauce was $1.79, and we hardly use. I'll still have like a quarter to half left probably. Okay, so that's the ingredients for the pizza. So I'm going to go ahead and bake the crust now, and I'll go through the same process as I did with the pie. So I'll go over that with you. All right, stay tuned. All right, folks, so as far as the pizza crust, again, it's a Pillsbury pizza crust tube. So it calls for preheating the oven to 400, and then I believe baking this for 8 to 12 minutes or 8 to 10 minutes. So, and it calls for a cookie sheet, but we actually have a pizza pan, and I've actually already buttered it. So it does call for greasing your cookie sheet so the pizza crust doesn't stick. Okay, so, alright, so it's just going to come out like this. This is what it's going to look like. And you're just going to roll it out. Okay, so there's a seam there where it splits. Alright, so I'm just going to put it here, and I'm actually just going to spread it by hand. And if it turns out thin, that's okay, because Glenn doesn't really like thick crust anyway. And again, doesn't have to look pretty. It's pizza. Just take some areas that are thicker and kind of spread them around. Yeah, ever since I started making pizza at home like this, we don't order out pizza anymore. It's so expensive to order out pizza. In general, food basically, but pizza, sometimes you pay like $20 for a pizza. Like if you're at Pizza Hut. I mean, they got good specials now, but nothing like making your own pizza, and you can put as much as you want on it. If you want extra at a pizza joint, then they're going to charge you. If some areas of the crust are thicker on the edges, that's okay. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the pie crust. After I'm done cooking it, baking the pizza crust, I'm going to let it cool off for just a little bit. Covering all the holes here. You don't want your pizza sauce going through. And this is also going to rise when you bake it. They do sell a thin crust as well. Probably should have got that because Glenn likes thin crust. I don't mind it. All right. I think I'm good. I'm not too worried about looks. Maybe I'll just bring this up. Yeah, I'm not sure what movie I'm going to watch tonight, but I don't know if you guys have, but I actually have already started watching Christmas movies. I love the Christmas season, so just so you know that, I love the Christmas season. I love the spirit of Christmas. For me, it's not about getting gifts or even giving gifts for that matter. It's just the spirit of Christmas. I love to watch Christmas movies. I like the classics. Well, when I say classics, I think the Hallmark Hall of Fame Christmas movies. The movies they make these days are so predictable. And they all have the same line, same storyline. I think all Christmas movies do. All right, so back to the pizza. There's my crust. I think I got it okay. And I'm going to throw this in the oven and I'll be right back. Okay, folks, so what I did while the crust was baking, it still got about a minute or so. So all the toppings that are in juice, I went ahead and put on a plate with paper towel to soak the juice out. That way when you put it on your pizza, it's not all wet and runny, and it doesn't make your pizza runny too. So, okay, so I just wanted to show you that part. All right, folks, so here is my pizza crust. I just took it out of the oven after 8 minutes. It doesn't look too brown on top, but you can see like right on the edges there, they're brown. And then looking through the bottom, because there are holes on the pizza pan, I can see that the bottom is brown. So you don't want to overcook it right now because you are going to put it back in anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes, depending how much stuff you got on it. Okay, so, and if I feel it, I can feel that it's baking pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to put my pizza sauce on. And I'm going to use my handy dandy brush from the Dollar Tree. And we're using Contadina. So it tastes okay. And again, everything is to your liking, how much you want on there, how much you don't want on there. I'm not a big pizza sauce person, so I put it lightly on my side. Glenn, however, likes the extra sauce. So if I left my side real light on the sauce, I'm okay with that. I'll put all the thickness to his side. And with the crust edges here, you see how the crust edges are a little flat or fat, real puffy. When you're done baking it, you can even melt some butter with garlic powder and have some garlic butter and dip it in there. So just because the crust is fat doesn't mean you don't eat it. You always find a way to eat stuff. All right, So there's my pizza sauce, and now I'm going to put my mozzarella cheese. You know me, I like cheese. I could probably, as a matter of fact, I think I am going to use the whole bag. Just spread it out. Oops, use the whole bag. All right. So now you just put your toppings on. And again, whatever toppings you want. Now this is a pretty good sized pizza, so you can easily feed a family of 4 or even 6. So what I do is I top the whole thing with pepperoni. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. All right, folks, you can see that I put quite a bit of pepperoni on there, covered the whole pizza. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put the other toppings. And I'll be right back when I'm done. All right, folks, so there it is. That's all the toppings that are going to go on there. You see on my side, I just have the pepperoni and pineapple. I was going to cut it up in smaller chunks, the pineapples, but I figured, to hell with it. Just put it on like that. So, all right, and on my husband Glenn's side, he's got jalapenos, yellow banana rings, and black olives along with the pepperoni. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the oven, and I will be right back. All right, folks, so I have my chocolate cream pie back out of the fridge, and I'm going to go ahead and top it now. The pizza is almost done. And I'm just going to get my tub of Cool Whip and spread it all around. This is very easy chocolate cream pie. It's nothing fancy, but it's delicious and cheap. I estimated about $4 to make this chocolate cream pie. So that, along with maybe about $6 to $6.50 for the pizza, you're definitely looking at less than $12 for a nice, good dessert and a nice big pizza with the toppings of your choice and the amount of your choice. So the pizza with this chocolate cream pie will feed a nice family for the night while you're watching movies. And you don't have to use all the whipped cream on the tub, from the tub, but I sure like to. Making food at home, making food and desserts at home is much cheaper. Maybe not all in all instances, maybe depends on what you're making. Like if you're making a lasagna, it's probably not any cheaper than buying it. All right, folks. So I'm just gonna top it with some Oreo crumbs. And I crushed these up myself from Oreo cookies. And there you go. Look at that. For $4, you have a nice chocolate cream pie along with your pizza. Okay, folks, so the pizza is done. Oh, sorry about that shake. And there you have it. Pizza and chocolate cream pie. How's that for movie night? I hope you enjoy it. Okay, folks, well, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I calculated about $11.50 to make the pizza and the chocolate cream pie. So if you're a family of 4 or even 6, definitely will feed all of you. It should. If you're just a family of 2, like Glenn and myself, it'll feed us twice. So thank you so much again for joining in. Enjoy the rest of the Halloween night. Remember to live life. Be good to yourself, take care of yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.